Let's keep it real, shall we? The All Blacks are in town later tonight. Richpo Sports is an avowed All Blacks fan, but above and beyond that, I am a rugby union and sports fan. The Rugby World Cup, this is a review in a different style. It's an armchair viewer's perspective. And as far as the Reason Boss is concerned, like, share, and subscribe if you feel the vibe. The All Blacks are, relatively speaking, under the pump, but it's a good place to be. The All Blacks in Pool A are taking on Italy in a do-or-die confrontation, as it were. The winner of this particular tie has a great chance of coming through in second place behind France. All Blacks review so far. Easily the second best game I've seen. Let me take a little sip. The second best game I've seen in the World Cup so far has been New Zealand versus Namibia. 11 tries. Cam Roigard, Damien McKenzie, Twinkle Feats, high rugby IQ on show. Ian Foster would have been delighted at their performance, and that's why both are selected to be on the bench. Did you hear what I said? On the bench. There are levels to this thing. The All Blacks, apparently not the force they used to be, and there's a case to be made. Ian Foster, beleaguered coach at some times in the last few years since his appointment, he's been under the pump, but when you have the likes of Richie Mo'unga, Bowden Barrett, Talia, Will Jordan, Geordie Barrett at your disposal, you can afford to have such quality on the bench. There are levels to this game. Pool A and Pool B, loaded as I've ever seen them. Have you ever seen anything as loaded? Outrageous. Pool A, New Zealand and France. Victors over New Zealand in the opening game at Stade de France. France, easily the most entertaining game that I've seen. Packed with quality, the joie de vivre of rugby, as it should be played. Some may say the ball in play so often. Of course, there are levels. They thrashed Namibia, thrashed them with a performance for the ages. Of course, there are levels, and unfortunately, star world #1 player Antoine Dupont was injured, cheek injury, touch and go if he'll play any further part in the tournament. If he does, well, they talk about player well-being. I'm an All Black fan, and I want the All Blacks to take on the very best. I want the South Africans to take on the very best. But there are levels to this thing, and of course, there is safety and player well-being. It is something I take ominously, seriously. As an armchair fan, Dupont, if you feel up to it, if you've been given the all clear, indeed, by the doctors, then proceed. I would say with caution, but rugby is a contact sport. If there's any doubt for your safety in the long term or short term, please trust the process. Cool yard. Backup performers ready to go can still bring France the glory. But the game against Namibia, as far as the Reason Boss is concerned, the wing play, my lord, Panau, the double-barreled gentleman's name on the left wing. Oh, gosh. Bailey. Oh, my goodness me. Outstanding. The kicking of Dupont, the running of Dupont, the accuracy, the passing, the high HIGHIQ of Dupont, and the entire confidence of the French team was a joy to behold. But A and B pools, my lord. The quarterfinals will be seeing Ireland. Wow, what a game against South Africa. I thought it was a really intense game, yes. But the ball, let's be frank, and playing time was not as much as I would have liked. It was a hard-edged, hard-nailed encounter. Plenty of quality tackling. No yellow cards, no red cards. High octane. But when you're talking about bringing that X factor, I'm looking personally at France and New Zealand, and it is from that side of the draw I would like to see the eventual winners of this Rugby World Cup. If not, then how about the Flying Fijians? They used to be the Flying Fijians and they still are, but they have learnt the art of tackling. They've learnt how to make the hard yards count at ruck time, at maul time, before throwing the ball left and right and making those incisive runs. But my lord, one cannot escape the fact that this is a heavily loaded World Cup. I've got to mention England. As an armchair fan, looking at England, well, they eventually put Chile, to the sword. Yes, the lowest ranked team in the competition. Chile, apparently, from South America, play football. And, of course, they play rugby. Or should it be the other way around? My lord. Chile play football. Did you know they played rugby? Maybe it was hard to tell. Well, after 20 minutes, you could get the perspective. But for the opening 20 minutes, they were given as good as they got from England under Steve Borthwick. They look like they're showing some form. They're showing some tenacity. Marcus Smith coming to the party. Arundel, 5 tries in a test match. Salutes. Maybe they are finding their best selves. Something that the Australians under Eddie Jones singularly failed to find. Have I seen a worse performance by a Wallabies team? Have I seen a worse performance by an Australian team since the 1980s, since I've been watching rugby union? It's hard to say yes. This 40 points, 40 points to 6 defeat in a must-win game to see who tops the group, who comes second to determine if they're going to get to the quarterfinals. Well, the Flying Fijians, having just come short against Wales, just a fumbled ball in the last play could have been the difference between victory and defeat. However, props up to Warren Gatland's Welsh team. In Pool C, they have deservedly earned their place at the top end of the table. In Pool C, they should be going through and looking forward to a potential quarter final against the likes of who? Argentina. England have won that group. England in Group D with the likes of Samoa, underachievers. Japan, steady eddies, but I think in the clash there, Argentina against Japan to determine the second place behind England. I'm going for the Tier 1 country, Argentina, coached by Australian Michael Checker, who must have been losing some hours sleep looking at that, I say performance. I'm loath to use the word performance. Eddie Jones says that you've got to trust the process. He knows that these young players have to learn the hard way. Well, I've not seen any harder way to learn than that. And if that's the case, well, Eddie, so be it. It's a bitter swill, a bitter pill. My lord, they were forgetting their P's and Q's. They were forgetting their lines. Near 50 minutes, second half, a game, you find yourself, 16-6 or so down in a must-win game. Locker talk had come out for the second half, win a line out near the opponent's 10-meter line, and a man has a ball in his hands, looks and literally throws to nobody. I say nobody. 5 or 6 players, it seems, were totally oblivious to the fact that the man was going to throw the ball. The Welsh win the ball and kick the ball away, proceed to make plenty of meters into the opponent's half and score a try against Australia. I've never seen such woeful rugby union at high level, professional level before. My lord. But as far as this Rugby World Cup has gone, the usual suspects, New Zealand, but not favourites, are there. The likes of Will Jordan needs to find their boots, their running boots, their timing boots. When Bowden or a Richie Mo'unga puts up, Aaron Smith puts up a kick, it's got to be on the money, on the pin. Well, Jordan, please don't take out your opposition and claim that you're trying to go for the ball. We need to see your stellar ability on the wing. And I believe with that time spent in Bordeaux, things will come together. Shannon Frizzell back in the team for the All Blacks. Sam Cane, usually captain, finds himself on the bench, ready to come on, to make a difference. Sam Whitelock, about to win a record, 148, 149 caps for New Zealand. That is simply not only outrageous, but outstanding. Beating the likes of Richie McCaw. This is elite, high-end echelons that he's walking in. Sam Whitelock, an outstanding lock. One of a few brothers, the likes of Luke Whitelock, have represented the All Blacks. But Sam Whitelock, along with his brothers in arms, Brodie Retallick, have done New Zealand proud. They will have to be bringing their A game, not necessarily against Italy, tonight at 8 o'clock, London, England time. But then they've got to prepare for Uruguay, who won't be chicken feed, maybe hen feed. But then comes the quarterfinals, my lord, and let's get to the cutting edge as we round up this alternative Rugby Union World Cup review 2023. Ireland together. My lord, they're standing strong. Sexton, nearly 40 years old and playing some of his best rugby. That high footballing IQ, the way Andy Farrell has that team playing. Ty Furlong, Bondi Aki. Ooh! James Lowe on the wing. New Zealand pedigree, I'll say no more. My lord, but how they have come on, how they've been embraced by the Emerald Isle itself. It could be an Ireland versus New Zealand quarterfinal. It could be a South Africa versus France quarterfinals. These are semi-finals in themselves. These could be the determining factors and games that could eventually see the eventual winners come out from. Any four of those teams I name could win this World Cup, and yet they're drawn in the quarterfinals. 2 out of 4 have to go. Ireland, New Zealand, South Africa versus France, Wales versus Argentina, or Japan. They'll be licking their lips. And England. How about England versus the Flying Fijians? How about that for a contrast of styles? And yet, the Fijians have brought a different flavour to their game. They know that they've got to make the hard yards. But England, under Steve Borthwick himself, a formidable forward, he will have England ready to go. Under the radar, are they the best team in this competition? By no stretch of the imaginations are they. But what they are indomitable. Never say die. They do possess the quality. Going into the World Cup, they've just not produced. Far from it. In fact, let's add a little flavour to the pot. Fiji defeated England at HQ. The hit could be on. The victory could be on. It's not a gimme for England. Could we see the Flying Fijians, land of William Ryder, land of Serevi? Could we see Fiji in the semi-finals? That will be a mouth-watering prospect. Getting excited. Are you? Like, share, and subscribe. Rich Post Sports signing off. Peace, love, and respect. The Rugby World Cup has brought a flavour. And I tell you something, I've got to say it. Despite the head-high tackles and the concussion initiative, I've got to say, rugby, such a contact and physical sport, is played in such a gentlemanly fashion. Referees are listened to, not listened to. Players receive their marching orders. And yet, when the whistle blows, it is ultimately respect. A drink or two, the shaking of the hands, a wrap around the arms, exchange of shirts. We say respect each and every time. My goodness me. Peace and love every time. The Reason Boss signing out. Like, share, and subscribe. Rugby World Cup style each and every time. My lord, my lord. All Blacks, all Blacks, all Blacks, all Blacks. I trust the process. Yes, I said it. I said it, and I make no apologies. Come on, leave it on the pitch. Vive la France! My lord, my lord. If the All Blacks don't win it, go ahead. And see a Kalosi, I've got to say. See a Kalosi in Africa. Oh, God. Reigning world champions. You carry yourself with style. You had that game. Did you have a kicker on the pitch? Did you have any kickers on the pitch? My lord, if you did against Ireland, you know as day follows night. You know it. I know it. They know it. 11 points left on the pitch. They could meet again. Well done. Both get out of the group stages. But next time, Mr. Pollard, anyone?